Hello, dear people. Welcome to another podcast, part 4 already, about my experiences. When I was 23 years old, in India. So now Carol and I have arrived in Pushkar. This city is called the gateway to the desert. You can immediately feel that life here is more laid back. A beautiful city centered around the holy Pushkar Lake, a pilgrimage destination for pilgrims and known for the camel market and the sacred festivities that take place here annually. We found a nice apartment where we had a beautiful view over the lake, and noticed that I was more comfortable here. I am always more attracted to smaller towns rather than large cities. I feel that I have more time and space to absorb the impressions I take on myself. In a big city, I quickly feel lost. You immediately notice that you were less bothered here by sellers and taxi drivers. That allowed us to enjoy what was happening around us a bit more, and I found beautiful souvenirs for friends and family to send. Carol and I wanted to explore the area and we rented a scooter. It is a lot of fun to do this in India. Actually, you can rent a moped or scooter everywhere. It gives you a lot of freedom. At that time, we didn't have smartphones. You could call home in small shops and there were internet cafes. But often the connection was so slow that you could send 1 or 2 emails that would take you at least an hour or more. And in the worst case, you had sent an extensive email, and when sending it, the computer crashed, you lost your email, and you could start all over again. After traveling for a while, you are so absorbed in what is going on around you, you don't really have much space to think about the home front. You are there, your life is there, and frankly, it's also better to be complete where you are. I am glad we didn't have smartphones back then. You were forced to go on an adventure yourself, to go somewhere without having prior information about what it was you were going to see. In this way, so many beautiful and unexpected moments arise. It makes you braver because you have no choice. You don't sit in your room all day. You are forced to do something, sometimes very scary, but above all, a lot of fun. That's not to say we sometimes had days where we didn't feel like doing anything. Then we bought munchies, sweets, cookies, chips and drinks, and stayed in our room all day. And that was great. Just lie down, sleep a little, laugh a little, and talk about what you already have experienced. Kara and I hit the road with our scooter. The bumpy road required some skill in steering and accelerating, or not accelerating. Several times we almost knocked over, which caused a lot of giggles and laughs. After a while we got the hang of it. The environment was beautiful. Everywhere you came across little temples, children running with you, and a great palette of colors that passed you. When I think about it again, 13 years ago, I see it all over again. I looked back to India with double feelings for a long time. Yes, it was beautiful, but I also found it very confronting in all areas. Scary, difficult, and heavy. When I spoke to people who had been in India, it seems as if they had traveled through it with ease and were only positive. It made me doubt myself. Am I so weird that I didn't like it at all? Now that I look back on it, I know how to put it in perspective. I was a 23-year-old girl who had never traveled alone before. At the time, I was also very insecure about myself. Not only about my appearance, but also I had no idea who I was. I was in the middle of discovering myself. And India was a very good school. Not easy, but very effective. It was only the last part of my journey that I really could let go. I could be relaxed with myself and my environment. You constantly meet other backpackers from all over the world, and that's a beautiful thing. As I have said before, sometimes you meet someone with whom you share your deepest feelings within an hour, knowing that you will never see each other again. I would encourage everyone to travel, and especially when you are young. Of course, you have to think for your own safety and you have to be prepared for certain things. But the experiences you gain form you for the rest of your life. I am aware that I am privileged to travel, and sometimes I feel guilty about this. It is not fair that I can and someone else cannot. And at the same time I feel responsible. If I don't go while I could, this would be a shame. Someone would have liked to be in my shoes. So why don't I take that chance? Traveling makes you humble. You get to know other cultures and you listen to the stories. You realize how incredibly rich you are when it comes to safety, food, material things, and the opportunities you get. But you also realize how much pressure is on your life. You realize the importance of becoming someone, that you have a diploma, you do a study, you have a job, a house, children, marriage. How you are engaged in long-term thinking, day after day, and forget to live in the here and now. All your energy goes to your head, and a little energy remains for your heart. Slowly you get a distorted picture of reality that is focused on performance. Am I worth less if I have not achieved something or done something special? No. But the society you live in makes you believe this. Traveling gives you a different picture, a more universal and realistic image of life, and you discover where you want to be in this bigger picture, without having to do anything or without wanting to prove anything. Looking back on my India trip, I can feel that I could see the difference there. I wanted to live with my heart and help others to find their hearts too. From that moment on, this has always shined through my work and has gradually become my life's mission. So I want to thank you for listening, and I hope you will tune in next week for part 5 already. So have a beautiful day and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.